Mr. Sheets.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was
Oh.
Hey, Judge Wish, it's Heiko. How you doing?
Hi, Mr. Monkmeyer. We had Joel Leopard emailed or my JA and said he was appearing by telephone. So
Okay, yes, there was
in lieu of him?
Well, I've been talking to Mr. Sheets, and I know I just found out that Mom had gotten a different attorney also. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'll talk.
Do you want to go? Are you allowed to bring your phone in with you or no?
I was just looking for it. I may have just forgotten it in the car.
I don't know if you can bring him in, but I was going to say if you could call Mr. Leopard.
Right.
To find out who's representing him and if.
I know. I'll try to figure that out here, but the client's got his indication. That's all I could say at the moment.
Okay, I have an email that says Attorney Joel Leopard will be representing the Mr. Sheets via telephone. Do you want us to call him right now and find out what's going on? But because I can't.
I understand. I'm going to defer to the client's wishes and what he's got going on, and then we'll hammer it out.
Okay, well then we'll bring Mr. Sheets in, and then we'll do, instead of leaving him till the end, and we'll see what he wants to do.
Do you want us to bring him in now? Or?
Yeah, let's just bring him in now. Do I have the case or? Okay. And we'll see what Mr. Sheets wants to do. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah.
Denise.
Yes.
I have a DV case where the inmate is not coming due to medical reasons, but his victim is here, Ramos, and she has a little tiny baby, so I was wondering, can we move her up?
Okay. You want her to first move up?
Yes.
Okay. And then Portuguese is going to be last.
Portuguese is going to be last?
Yes.
Like at the end of the docket or?
End of the docket.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's okay with me.
Okay.
It's okay with you.
I'm okay.
Okay. All right, I'll wait for them to be ready. Why don't we I'm gonna call Mr. Leopard too, and then I don't know if maybe some family had reached out to Mr. Leopard, and then that's how they were hired. And so why don't we call Mr. Leopard too, and then we can have everybody participate. So we'll call. Do you need the number? Okay. Then do I hit anything when you get him on? Oh, the teleconference? Do I hit the teleconference? I hit teleconference? Okay. Good morning. This is Judge Wish. Is this Mr. Leopard?
Yes, this is Joe Leopard.
Hi, Mr. Leopard. So I'm Mr. Monkmeyer and Mr. Sheets. Do you want to come forward? Mr. Leopard, I'm going to call the case, but it's 2020 CF 6606AO. And Mr. Sheets is at the BRC with attorney Monkmeyer, who is there representing him. And I know that you reached out to my JA, and she sent me an email saying that you were representing him. So, Mr. Sheets, do you know if your family's reached out and hired somebody, or, you know, it's really up to you who you want representing you?
Yeah, my family reached out and hired one on the screen. I forget his name. But
The one on the screen?
What was it? Leopard?
On the phone, Mr. Leopard, yes. Okay, Mr. Monkmeyer, did Mr. Sheets reach out to you?
Yes, through an intermediary.
Okay, so Mr. Leopard, it appears as though we don't really know who is representing Mr. Sheets. So, Mr. Sheets, do you have a preference as to who is representing you?
What's your name? Hiker.
Okay, so you want Mr. Monkmeyer to represent you. So, Mr. Leopard, I don't know what to tell you other than you may want to reach out to his family.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't think the rules prohibit having more than one attorney, but, you know, we can sort that out for the purposes of the hearing this
Yeah,
morning.
I mean, this is just an initial
Sure.
appearance, so at any point
Yes, Your Honor.
beyond this point, you know, you can all figure it out. I just wanted to make sure we got you on the phone and let you know what was going on, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
And
Thank you.
and I'll give Mr. Leopards a call after court.
Okay,
If,
so you two will.
All right. Great.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Leopard. I'm going to hang up now on you, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye.
Do you hang up on him?
Oh, yes, okay. If you-
Still has telecall in progress. There's nothing for me to end. If I hit end, then doesn't it end them? End there.
On the other side.
Yeah, I hit end and then it disconnected.
It's okay.
All right, sorry, we got you guys back. Okay, so Mr. Sheets, you're here represented by Mr. Heiko Monkmeyer. You're charged in 2020 CF 6606AO with possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon and possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis with a weapon. I do find probable cause for those offenses. I'm not going to appoint the public defender. Mr. Monkmeyer, are you or have you filed a notice of appearance yet?
I have not, Judge. I haven't yet. I
Okay.
came here early actually this morning. I got here like 9. Thought court was
Okay.
then. So
Well, Mr. Sheets qualifies for pretrial release. So what I'm going to do is release him to pretrial release with the conditions of no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms, or any ammunition. And you need to keep in touch with your attorney. Okay?
Yes.
Do you understand? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Monkmeyer?
no, Judge. We appreciate that.
Okay. Good seeing you.
Great to see you as well, Judge. Great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Am I scanning or are you scanning?
Madam Clerk.
I don't have a.
Denise,
Yes, Ms. Taylor?
disregard the person I told you to move up. Due to medical reason, they had to leave.
Okay.
This court is in session. Court is the one for. Right. Usually a dummy one, you know. I'll just. Oh, it's gonna be a day.
Okay, no worry. I got this. Okay. I want to go flyer. I want to.
So, okay. All right. We have to call the interpreter.
Yes.
It's gonna be a day.
afternoon, Your Honor. This is Flavia Rodriguez, State Certified Court Interpreter, previously sworn in today. Good morning, I'm sorry.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, we have, I believe, Ms. Rodriguez. Ma'am, can you please tell me your name?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Where's the defendant located?
And at the BRC, too.
Courtroom 2? Just
Yes.
1 second.
Sí, buenos días.
Your Honor, she can hear me now.
Okay, good morning. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Diana Rodríguez Torres.
Good morning. My name is Dianara Rodriguez Torres.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez Torres, you're hearing case number 2020 MM 3856AO. You are arrested for battery, domestic violence. Do you find probable cause for the offense? And I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in the case. Do we have a witness present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Rodriguez, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or the witness in the case. I'm going to have you sign the no contact order, please. Did you understand everything in the no contact order, Ms. Rodriguez Torres?
Sí, dame un momento. ¿Me puede dar un permiso para decir algo?
Yes, if you could allow me just 1 moment to say something.
I really don't want you to talk about the facts of the case, as that may not be beneficial to you and it may harm you, okay? So today's not the day for that. Whatever you say can be used against you. So I'd ask that you remain silent unless it's something other than about what happened. Okay? So I just need to make sure you understand the piece of paper that you signed and all of those conditions. Is that a yes? I need you to say it out loud.
Aún así quiero decir algo. Bajo
Correct.
responsabilidad.
But I still want to say something, and I'm fully responsible for it.
I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case, okay? Whether that's your guilt or whether you're innocent, okay? So that's not for today. And so ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or the witness. You're to maintain separate residences. If you need to return with law enforcement, you can go one time to get any personal belongings, but you must be with law enforcement. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm also not taking any action on your out on release case. You're going to need to make sure you keep in touch with your attorney on that other case, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am.
Gracias a usted, buen día.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, I'm sorry, and does she qualify for pretrial release?
She didn't qualify due to the out on bond case.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna set the bond or set the bond at 500. Okay.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Manuel Vidal.
Manuel Vidal.
All right, Mr. Vidal, you're here in 2020 MM 3862AO. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. Did you find probable cause for that offense? And I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Are there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Vidal, I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with any victim in the case. I'll have you sign that no contact order, please. Did you understand everything on the no contact order?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, I'm also ordering that you maintain separate residences. If you need to return back to the residence to get personal belongings, you must be with law enforcement. You can go one time with law enforcement to get those things. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Is the immigration detainer still placed on him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you do have an immigration detainer, sir. I have appointed the public defender. You're going to have to reach out to them, or their office may reach out to you as it relates to the immigration detainer if you have any questions about that, but I can't remove that today and I can't release you. But I am going to set your bond at $500. All right, thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Eric Santos. Sí.
Eric Santos.
All right, Mr. Santos, you're here in 2020 CF 6604AO. You're arrested for sale and delivery of heroin and possession of heroin. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to stay the bond at the $15,000 on count 1. Count 2 will be $150. I'm not taking any action on the out on release case. Does he have the public defender in that case? Do we know?
He does.
Okay, so you have the public defender in that case. Make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys in that case, okay? Or both your cases, I should say. Thank you, sir. I think that's all the Spanish. Yes. Can we make an announcement in the, Madam Interpreter, if anybody in the gallery who is there to testify, needs the interpreter?
Of course, Your Honor. I just want to make sure, can they hear me at the jail when I speak over the loudspeakers?
Yes, no.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Buenas tardes. Si hay alguien en la cárcel que esté ahí para declarar y necesita los servicios del intérprete al español, por favor levante la mano y comuníqueselo a los agentes para que le puedan avisar a la jueza.
If you could just ask them to raise their hand. I'm not sure if you said that or not.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Anybody raising their hand over there?
No, Judge.
Okay. So at this time, there doesn't appear to be anybody over there that needs the interpreter. If we should need you again, we'll call you back.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Are we going Portuguese next, Your Honor?
We're going to do that last.
Okay.
That's okay? If you want us to do it now, we can call now.
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Monroe Moss Jr.
All right. Mr. Moss, you're here in looks like 2020 CF 6543AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was previously found for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, battery with one prior battery conviction, and that's domestic violence, and then criminal mischief. And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case. Is there a witness present for that case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so I am ordering no contact directly or indirectly in that case with any victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Mr. Moss, did you understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to have to maintain a separate residence, and you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred.
I'm living at my
No. What?
I'm living at my father. I've been living at my father, ma'am.
Okay, you just can't go back to where the incident is alleged to have occurred.
Yes,
You're not
ma'am.
to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I am going to set your bond on count 1 at $1,000, count 2, $2,500, and count 3, $100. And then you also they filed 2 on-view violations of probation in 2015 CF 6014, 2015 CF 2846. I'm going to appoint the public defenders to represent you in those 2 cases as well. The bonds will stay set at none at this time, You should, he see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for the VOPs? You'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for those VOPs, okay? But you do have the public defender, so you can reach out to them as well, and that's the number that you can reach them at, okay?
Okay, ma'am, when can I bond out?
Well, if Judge Whitehead gives you a bond,
Oh, okay.
okay, you have bonds, you can post your bonds, but you may not want to do that right away until you get bonds in the other cases, because you won't get any time in, right?
Yeah, so I see Whitehead tomorrow?
You'll see him in a couple days, okay?
Thank
I
you,
don't know
ma'am.
when.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. All right, good morning, sir. Tell me your name.
Zacharias Nathaniel Wagner.
All right, Mr. Wagner, you're here in 2020 CF 6632. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and felony battery with great bodily harm. And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. Do we have any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Wagner, I'm going to have you sign the no contact order. I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. Do you understand everything in that no contact order?
Yes.
Okay. You're also to not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no drugs or any alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to set your bond on count 1 at $7,500. Count 2 will be $2,500. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name.
Clayton Matthew Fullen.
All right, Mr. Fullen, you're here in 2020 3875AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find probable cause for that offense? I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Do we have any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Fullen, I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order, okay? Your attorneys will have to file a motion in order for that to be changed in writing by a judge. Okay?
Your Honor, I have a 3-week-old baby.
I understand. If the victim's not present and they're not here to testify, I'm required by law to order no contact. So your attorneys will have to file that motion. You can also file it on, or send a letter to the judge as well. All right. So no contact directly or indirectly. Did you understand everything in the no contact order?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. You're to maintain a separate residence. If you need to go back there to get any personal belongings, you have to be with law enforcement. You can go one time with law enforcement. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I do note DCF was contacted, so if they do have an investigation pending, you must comply with that investigation. Your bond will be set at $1,500. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there no alcohol and drugs on this one, Your
And
Honor?
I will add no alcohol or drugs, okay, without a valid prescription. No alcohol. Okay. All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Natasha Reeves King.
All right, ma'am, you're here in 2020 3849AO, and you're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Are there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order form. Did you understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I believe it's your sister. So, and if you're living together, you'll have to maintain separate residences until the no contact order has been changed in writing by a judge. If you need to go back to the residence, you'll need to go with law enforcement. You can go one time with law enforcement to get your things. And no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. It looks like DCF was contacted in this case. If there's an investigation pending, you must comply with that. And you do qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to release you on pretrial release, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Kyla Gordon.
All right, Miss Gordon, you're here in 2020 CF 660780. You're arrested for burglary of a conveyance and petty theft. Do you find probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender in that case, as well as 2020 CF 660880. In that case, you're charged with burglary of conveyance, petty theft, and criminal mischief, and I find probable cause as well. Conditions of release on both cases are no return back to where the offenses are alleged to have occurred, no contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. Do you, Ms. Gordon, do you live here in Florida or in Ohio?
Ohio. My bond was posted yesterday before they added more charges, and I had a meeting with my lawyer that I missed in Ohio.
Do we know if she posted bonds on either of the cases? It looks like these are both add-ons, correct?
Right, these are add-ons. She posted bond on 477 and 483.
Okay, so I wasn't here when you were seen by another judge. Looks like they've added 2 additional cases. So I am going to stay the bond at the 7,000 and the 200, and then on 6608 it'll be 7,200 and 200. And I did appoint the public defender, so you'll need to keep in touch with them if you have any questions about anything. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck.
So can you tell me what my bond is now?
I just told you. So you have a $7,000 bond in 200 in one case, and then another 7,000, and then 200 on each additional count.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Michael Henderson.
Mr. Henderson, you're here in 2020 CF 363980. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of pretrial release conditions. And does he have the PD already? Okay, you already have the PD in the case. Looks like the judge set your bond at 1,000 and 500. So if you cannot make the bond, then you're going to have to contact your attorneys, okay, to file a bond motion. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Latoya Key.
All right, Miss Key, you're here in a couple. Looks like you're here in 2020 CF 6634. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant for robbery, sudden snatching, and probable cause was previously found. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No contact with any victim or witness in the case. You may not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. And no weapons, no firearms, or any ammunition. I am going to stay the bond in the case. I'm not taking any action on your out on release cases due to competency issues. So if you can't make the bond in the new law, your attorneys will have to file a motion for you. Okay, Ms. Key?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Bobby Lamar Sims, will not be coming to court due to his behavior.
I couldn't hear anything. I'm sorry. The next person bonded? That's all I
No,
heard.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
The next person on the list, Bobby Lamar Sims, will not be coming to court due to behavior.
Okay, so Mr. Sims is not behaving, and so I'm going to find his behavior to be a waiver. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Miss Manikia, did I say that right?
Yes.
Do you want to formally waive?
Yes, please. We'll waive his appearance.
All right, so Mr. Sims is charged with possession of cocaine, possession of methamphetamine, resisting an officer without violence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause. I did appoint the public defender, and so no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bonds will stay at 1,000, 150, 100, and 100. I won't take any action on his out on release case. It looks like he has the PD on that case.
Good morning.
Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
My name is Antoine Jean.
Mr. Antoine?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that, okay, all right. Mr. Antoine, you're here in 2020 MM 385080. It's a trespass. I find probable cause. Before I appoint the public defender, because I don't know if there's an offer to resolve the case.
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court cost, and no return to the scene of the trespass at 8 South Osceola Avenue.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
Mr. Antoine, did you hear that? Do you want to
Yes.
resolve your case with credit for time served?
On the honor.
Well, no, you would, if you want to resolve your case today, it would be credit for time served.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you can't go back there. Okay. I'm not going to take any action on your out on release case. Okay.
right,
You
thank
looks like you have a court date coming up in June. I don't know whether that will be in person or not, but do you have the public? Looks like you have the public defender. You'll need to get in touch with them on that case. Okay. So, did you read the plea form before you came in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Find a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days. You can't go back to that 8 South Osceola Avenue.
Yes,
Abide
ma'am.
by the trespass. Abide by the trespass warning, okay? I
Yes,
do have
ma'am.
to impose court costs. I'll order you pay those by May 28th, 2021. That gives you a year. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Irvin Augustus, refuse.
Okay.
He can waive his appearance.
Okay, I'll appoint the PD in 2020 MM 3855AO. Mr. August refused to come to court. I find that to be a waiver. I find probable cause for the simple trespass. And he is not to return back to the Walmart at 3101 West Princeton Street. No contact with any victims or witnesses. And I am going to ROR Mr. August. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Dana Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, you're here in 2020 MM 3867AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. Did you find probable cause? Well, let me see if there's an offer first. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with 2 days credit time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the Circle K at 401 North John Young Parkway.
Okay. All right, Mr. Brown, do you want to do that? It's credit for time served offer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you read the plea form before you came into the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within that plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation. Do you want me to repeat what I said?
No, I heard
You
you.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation, okay?
I understand.
All right, I do find a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served. You may not return back to 401 North John Young Parkway, that Circle K. Abide by the trespass warning. I'll order you pay your court costs by May 28th, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days. You cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. And just for purposes of the record, I did not appoint the public defender, okay?
Okay.
For the other defendant as well that I took the plea on. Okay, all right, good luck, sir.
All right.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Justin Cleveland, bonded.
Okay, we'll take no action on Mr. Cleveland. All right, now is this the add-on docket?
This still the move up, but it's from the status hearing.
Okay, so is this Mr. Jordan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jordan, it looks like you were here previously on a Broward County out-of-county warrant. and that was 20 CF 1611. I have a note here on my docket that says that per the state attorney's office for the 17th Judicial Circuit, and that's Broward County, they're not agreeing to any conditions of release, and they would ask that you continue to be held at no bond and that you would be transferred to Broward whenever they start transporting inmates back and forth. So based on that, we have another one as well for Osceola County. I have another out of county for Osceola County, and then also for, oh no, I'm sorry. Never mind, that's for a different defendant. I apologize. It was connected. All right, so Mr. Jordan, it doesn't look like you're gonna get a bond until you get transported. What you can do is reach out to an attorney and see if they will file a bond motion for you. I think the PD's office here was appointed at initial appearance, so the PD's office could always reach out and try to get you a bond as well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck. All right, please tell me your name.
Moises Rodriguez.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're here on an Osceola County warrant, and it looks like the judge here did reach out to Osceola in 18 CF 2479, and Judge Karsten said that he wanted you to remain in custody without bond. Okay, and so once they start transporting people over, you'll go back to Osceola County, okay? In the meantime, the public defender, I believe, was appointed, so if you want to reach out to them, they can file any motions for you in Osceola County, okay?
Excuse
Right.
me, can I say something?
Sure.
I didn't have a warrant in Osceola County. I was just violated on a curfew.
Okay, well, it's showing that can corrections advise me? It looks like the paperwork I have says out-of-county warrant.
We have an out-of-county warrant. The original charge was willful child abuse.
Okay, so it looks like there's an out-of-county warrant. You were here a couple days ago, my guess is, or yesterday, and saw, I don't have the paperwork from yesterday, so I don't know who it was, but you currently do not have a bond, okay? So you'll have to reach out to the public defender's office and they can file any motions for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, please tell me your name.
Destiny Villanueva.
All right, ma'am, you're here, it looks like on a Pasco County warrant, 2019 CF 2504. And per Judge Hansel, in Pasco County, he agreed to release you ROR, and they're giving you a court date of July 27th, 2020 at 9 a.m. Okay. So you need to make sure that you show up, or you find out I don't know if they're doing in-person court hearings, so you need to make sure that you find out whether you need to be present or if there's some other way that you'll need to appear, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Good luck. All right, please tell me your name.
Gracia Neston Fort.
Okay, I had Mr. Brown as it was an arraignment next.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll take no action on Mr. Brown's case. Okay, and you said Eston Fort?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Eston Fort, you're here for an arraignment in 2020 CT 32858. The PD was previously appointed in your case, and it looks like you're charged by citation with driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. And are you on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
You are?
Yes, ma'am.
Here in Orange County too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's probably not a good idea to resolve your case today. It would automatically violate you. Miss Monica, or Manikia. Sorry. Did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, please.
Okay, so they're going to enter a plea of not guilty for you. The public defender is present with me here. And then we'll get you some dates, okay?
All right.
Division 83, pretrial conference, June 22nd at 8 o'clock, courtroom 6B.
All right, and you can call the public defender's office at any time and get in touch with your attorney, okay?
All right.
All right, good luck, sir. All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Eugene Taylor.
All right, Mr. Taylor, you're here in 2019 CT 4748AO, and the PD was previously appointed in your case. And is this a VOP? Oh, okay. All right. So this is a violation of probation. I didn't see any recommendation by probation or anything like that. And it's a DUI, so they're a little bit more difficult.
Your Honor, can we enter a plea of not guilty?
So, Mr. Taylor, the public defender over here is entering a plea of not guilty for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, you can contact the public defender's office, but we're going to give you some dates for the violation of probation, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Division 83, VOP status, July 13th at 1:30, courtroom 6B.
All right, good luck. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So my next court date will be when?
July 13th.
July 13th.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Lena Calderon.
All right, Miss Calderon, you're here in 2017 MM 6019, and it's a violation of probation. And it looks like the judge set your bond at $500. I'm not going to take any action on the out on release case. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Ms. Manikia, do you want me to, what would I normally would do, and we haven't worked together before, but is to do her arraignment on the VOP now and then get her some dates versus her having to come back for an arraignment if she bonds out. So otherwise, if she doesn't bond out, she'll just be back here in a couple days.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're going to enter a denial on your behalf, okay? And we'll get you some dates for the violation of probation. But you do have a $500 bond, okay?
And I've already posted bond, but they told me that I was on hold.
You had a hold. Right, you had a hold. I'm not taking any action on that case. So now you'll be able to get out, okay? But we're just going to give you a date.
Division 50, VOP status, June 12th at 10 o'clock, courtroom 7C.
And you'll get that paperwork when you get released, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Sean Garner.
All right, Mr. Garner, you're here in 2020 MM 332AO. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set your bond at none. And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case. And in also 2019 MM 9708AO, it's also a violation of probation. And the bond is set at none as well. So what I'm going to do is, I did appoint the PD. Do you want me to as well? Otherwise, he'll just be back in a couple days. And
Yes, we'll enter a denial, Your Honor.
all right, so we're going to enter a denial on your behalf on both of your cases and give you some dates, sir. In the meantime, the public defender's office is appointed and they can file any motions for you. Okay?
Division 50, VOP status, June 12th at 10 o'clock, courtroom 7C.
Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, did they just give me a quick?
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Aquiles.
All right, Mr. Kilas, you're here in 2019 CT 8025AO. It's a violation of probation warrant, and the judge did set your bond at $2,000. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And so do you want to enter a denial and we'll do the arraignment and give them a date?
Yes, please. Enter
We'll
denial.
enter a denial on your behalf. We'll give you a date. And I'm not going to take any action on the out on release case, okay?
Division 81, VOP status, July 27th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
James Strachan.
All right, Mr. Strachan, you're here in 2019 MM 8442AO. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set your bond at none. And so I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. And do you want to enter a denial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the public defender here is going to enter denial on your behalf. And we're going to give you some dates. In the meantime, they can file any motions to set bond for you, okay?
All right.
Division 50,
Thank you.
VOP status, June 12th at 10 o'clock, courtroom 7C.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Victor Diaz.
All right, Mr. Diaz, you're here in 2020 CF 57870. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was previously found for aggravated battery by strangulation, domestic violence, and then resisting an officer without violence. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Are there witnesses or any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Did you understand everything in that no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're also to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. And no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I am setting your bond on count 1 at $2,500. Count 2 will be set at $100. All right, thank you. Oh, it's afternoon now. Good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Tabrisha Hendry.
All right, Miss Hendry, you're here in 2020 CF 6576AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault, domestic violence. Do you find probable cause for the offense? And I'll appoint the public defender. Are there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Hendry, I am ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or any witnesses in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Did you understand everything in that no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're also to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, and no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond is set at $3,500. Is there anything out of Lake County for her or no?
She doesn't have a hold at this time.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am. Okay. All right, good morning or afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Stephen Rowland.
All right, Mr. Rowland, you're here in 2020 CF 65770. You're arrested for tampering with a witness and battery domestic violence. Do you find probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender. Are there any witnesses present?
Yes, Your Honor. She's in the booth.
Okay, ma'am, can you please raise your right hand to be sworn in? I'll do it. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You can put your hand down if it's still up. Can you tell me your name and then spell your last name for me, please?
Stephanie Warren, Warren.
All right. And Miss, does the state wish to inquire?
Yes. How long have you known Mr. Rowland?
10 years.
Had there been any instances of violence between you in the past? Ma'am?
Can I take my mask down? Because I don't know if she can hear me. I'm sorry?
Have there been any instances of violence between you in the past?
Yes.
Are you afraid that something could happen again if you were to have contact with him?
Are you able to hear, ma'am?
Yes, I said no.
Okay, we couldn't hear you.
So would you like to have no contact?
We can't hear anything she's saying.
Okay, I can hear now. I'm sorry, Your Honor. What was the question?
Would you like to have no contact?
No.
That's all.
That was the state. The state, we could, it's like it's muffled when she's talking.
Okay, I'll question. Okay. And do you want to have contact, ma'am, with Mr. Rowland?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think drugs or alcohol had any involvement in what happened?
No.
Okay. Ms. Manikia, did you wish to inquire?
Yes, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you feel comfortable calling the police in the future?
Yes.
And nothing further, Your Honor. We would recommend no contact, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much for your testimony, ma'am. I am, however, going to order no contact at this time, and that can be changed in writing by the judge assigned to the case. Mr. Rowland, I'm going to have you sign the no contact order form. Did you understand everything contained in that form?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also to maintain a separate residence. If you need to return to the residence, you'll need to go with law enforcement to get any personal belongings. You can go one time. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. DCF was contacted. Not sure if they're going to have an investigation pending, but if they do, you must comply with that. Your bond, I'm going to stay at the $1,000 on count 1. Count 2 will be $500. Looks like you do have a hold for Martin County. I don't know what that's for, but they'll be able to tell you if you get that hold released, okay? Thank you for your testimony, ma'am.
What were the bonds, Your
I
Honor?
got a question, ma'am.
$1,500.
Thank you.
Yes, please don't talk about the facts of anything.
Yes, ma'am. About my hold, how would I figure that out?
Do we
His
know
hold
anything
is
about
for-
his hold?
His hold is for burglary and grand theft. Total bond is $50,000.
Okay. Thank you. All right, please tell me your name.
Shayla Marie Santiago.
All right, Miss Santiago, you're here in 2020 CF 6631. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a weapon, domestic violence. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. Is there a witness present?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Santiago, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order form. Did you understand everything in that form?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Make sure you understand it. If you have questions about it, you contact your attorney. Okay?
Can I have a question about it?
Okay.
Because we share a son. Just so I understand, with that order, we have to relay messages through like a third person, correct?
You can't communicate with the victim through any third party. So
Okay.
you're going to have to contact the attorney in your case, call the public defender's office. They're going to give you a phone number, and they'll be able to file a motion if that means communicating through a third party as it relates to your child or allowing contact. Okay? So you're going to maintain a separate residence. If you need to go back to the residence, you must be with law enforcement. You can go one time to get your things. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You do qualify for pretrial release. I am going to release you on pretrial release. Make sure you follow all of those conditions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Stephen Gallego.
All right. Mr. Gallego, you're here in 2020 MM3870AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Excuse me. I do find probable cause for the offense. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in, please? Yes. And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Can you state your name for me and spell your last name?
Joanne Marin, Marin.
All right. Miss Marin, how do you know Mr. Gallego?
Excuse me?
How do you know Mr. Gallego?
He is my boyfriend.
Okay. How long have you been together?
A year.
And has there been any violence in your relationship in the past?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you wish to have contact with him?
Not at this time.
Ms. Manikia, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone else have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony. Mr. Gallego, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'm going to have you sign the no contact order form. Make sure you understand it. Did you understand everything in it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're to maintain a separate residence. If you need to go back to the residence to get personal belongings, you can go one time with law enforcement. You got to be with law enforcement. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Looks like DCF was contacted, so they may have an investigation pending. If so, you must comply with that. You do qualify for pretrial release. I am going to order you into pretrial release with random urinalysis. Okay? Make
Yes,
sure
ma'am.
you comply with my conditions as well as theirs.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your testimony, ma'am. All right, thank you.
I'm all set. All right. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Michael James Corbett Gonzalez.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, you're here in 2020 MM385780. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. If you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Are there any witnesses present?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to have to speak. It's difficult, but you'll have to speak into the microphone a little bit better because I barely could hear you.
Yes.
Okay, that's much better. Thank you. All right. Can you tell me your name and then spell your last name for me?
Natalia Cristina Martinez, Martinez.
All right. And then how do you know Mr. Gonzalez?
From work.
From work?
Yep, and he's a child of my father.
Okay. Are you currently in a relationship with him? I couldn't hear if you answered, ma'am. Are you currently in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Do you live together?
Yes.
Okay. Are you afraid of him?
Yes.
Okay. And does the state have any additional questions?
We just asked for no contact, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony. Mr. Gonzalez, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Did you understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm also ordering that you maintain a separate residence, so that means you can't live together. If you need to go back to the residence, you'll need to go with law enforcement to get any personal belongings that you may need, and no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I don't know if DCF was contacted or not, but it looks like there was a child present or in the home, so I'm ordering that if there is an investigation pending, you must comply with that. They have an out on release case for you, but you were just issued a summons and that was served on you. So I don't believe that there's any conditions of release on the summons. I'm not going to take any action on the out on release case. You need to make sure that you comply with any court orders to appear on that case. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
make sure, okay, don't miss court if you're supposed to be there. Okay.
Okay.
And does he qualify for? I guess he would not qualify. Well, technically, it's not an out on release case.
You want to court order him to PTR?
I do.
Okay.
So I'm going to place you on pretrial release, Mr. Gonzalez. You need to make sure you comply with their requirements as well as mine. If you violate anything, that's a new law violation. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your testimony, ma'am. All right, please tell me your name.
David, middle initial C, last name Holder.
All right, Mr. Holder, you're here in two cases, 2020 MM 387380 And you're charged with battery, dating, violence in that case. And I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. 2020 MM 3874AO. It's a criminal mischief. And I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Holder, I am in the battery, or in both cases, I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Did you understand everything contained in that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. I don't believe you live there, correct?
No, ma'am. I just have a vehicle parked on the residence.
Okay, so okay, thank you for letting me know that. So I'm gonna put in the order that if you need to go back to that residence, even if it's to get your car,
Yes,
okay, you've gotta go with law enforcement.
Okay.
You just gotta show them the order. They'll let you go there and get your car. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I do know DCF was contacted. You must comply with any investigation pending in that case. And he does not qualify for pretrial release because he is on active felony probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm gonna set the bond on the battery at 1,000. The bond will stay at 500 on the criminal mischief. All right? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Megan Matthias.
Ms. Matthias, you're here in 2020 MM 3858AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Are there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so this one, they've listed 2 victims in 1 count. So I'm just ordering no contact with any victim or witnesses. So anybody that's listed in the affidavit as a victim or a witness, you're not to have any contact with them. I'll have you sign the no contact order form. Did you understand everything in that, Ms. Mathis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you'll have to maintain separate residences. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Looks like DCF was contacted. So if there's an investigation pending, you must comply with that.
Yes, ma'am.
She would not qualify for pretrial release.
She didn't qualify due to her community ties and her unstable housing.
All right, so the bond will be set at 500. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, or afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Hello, my name is Jakai Merritt.
All right.
Jakai Merritt.
Okay, Mr. Merrick, you're here in 2020 MM 3848AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Merrick, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. That will need to be changed in writing by a judge, okay? So your attorneys will have to file a motion for that. Did you understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm also ordering that you maintain a separate residence. I don't have a victim sheet on here as to the residence. I don't want you to say anything, Mr. Merrick, okay? Hold on one second.
I have the victim's residence at 2727 Renegade.
Please don't put it on the record.
Sorry.
So just to advise me whether or not it's the same.
It's the same, Your Honor.
Okay, so, well, no, the defendant's address is different than that.
Okay.
Okay. So I am ordering that you are not to return back to the victim's residence. You're to maintain a separate residence, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And you do qualify for pretrial release, Mr. Merrick. I'm going to place you in pretrial release. Make sure that you comply with their conditions as well as mine, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hold up for a second? The victim is here.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. Oh, the victim's present? Okay.
Hold on 1 second, Your Honor.
She already came to court. She just already came.
His victim was a defendant in an earlier case, Your Honor, on the move-up list.
Okay. Did I ordered no contact, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna maintain the no contact, okay? And then, the PD may have to conflict off because I probably appointed the public defender as well, but you can still contact them and they'll be able to file any motions to allow or to see if the judge will let you have contact, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just make sure you comply with pretrial release.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the next defendant, the victim is hearing impaired. However, the stepson can sign for him, but he's only about 10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if
I can't call, I don't know if, I can't even see these people, you know, which is a problem. So, is the child in the witness box?
he's right outside the box.
Okay.
You want him in so you can talk to him, or?
Yeah, let me talk to him. Is it Keyshawn Jackson?
What's his name?
Yeah, Keesan.
Yes, his name is Keesan Jackson.
Oh, Keesan? Okay. Keesan, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Keesan, you're 10 years old?
Yes.
Okay. And is your stepfather next to you?
It's his father, Your Honor, not his.
Your dad? Okay, that's your dad next to you?
Yes.
Are you able to understand sign language?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you communicate with him all the time through sign language?
Yes.
Is he able to read lips?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable communicating to me what he tells you?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want you to just keep saying yes if you think that that's what I want to hear, okay? You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are comfortable talking to me about what he's going to tell you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, can you tell your dad to raise his right hand?
He has it raised.
Okay. And then, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Are you able, Keesan, to communicate that to him?
He said yes.
Okay. All right. And can he tell me his name?
My name is Heath Johnson.
Keith, Mr. Johnson?
Keith Jackson.
Jackson, okay. Mr. Jackson, how do you know Miss Mills?
That's his stepdaughter from his wife.
Okay, all right. And are you afraid of your stepdaughter?
No.
Do you want to have contact with her?
No. Drop. Let her go home.
He said he wants to drop charges, just let her go home.
Okay, well, I don't get to make that decision. That's the state attorney's office. So my question is, you want to have contact?
Yeah, I understand. I want to be bad. You feel hurt. Then if you get her that night time and no more dollar on my face no more.
Said that his wife is hurting.
You just tell them that they forget it. That they'll forget it.
Just forget it.
Okay, well, that's the state attorney's office. They get to make that decision. So I just need to know that you're not afraid and you want contact. So are you telling me that you want contact with Miss Mills?
Contact, like talk. You want to talk? Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else have any additional questions?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Keyson. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, as well. I'm gonna, Miss Mills. I don't know if I said the case number at the beginning. So this is 2020 MM 3861AO, and you're charged with battery, domestic violence, and I do find probable cause. After hearing the testimony of your Mr. Jackson, I'm going to let you have non-hostile, non-violent contact. Okay?
Yes.
So that means no throwing things if you get angry, no hitting, no slapping, no biting, no scratching, no raising your voice. If you get angry, go outside and go for a walk. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then come back when you're calm. All right. It's the best way to diffuse if you're angry. So I'm going to allow you to have that contact. Again, non-hostile, non-violent contact, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. Looks like, I'm not sure if DCF was notified. I don't know if there'll be an investigation, but if there is, you'll need to comply with that investigation. And you do qualify for pretrial release. So I'm going to place you in pretrial release. Make sure you comply with my court order and as in their conditions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you both for your testimony. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
David Anthony Salgado.
Okay, do we know what happened to Mr. Ramos?
She's medical, Your Honor.
Okay. And is medical like meaning he's not going to be able to make it tomorrow?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to appoint the public defender for Mr. Ramos in 2020 MM 130AE. He's charged with battery, domestic violence, and I'll appoint the public defender. Do you want to waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
Are there any witnesses present?
No, there was a witness, but she had to
Okay,
leave.
she left. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to order no contact directly or indirectly with any victim in the case and Mr. Ramos or any witness as well. So both the victim and the witness. Maintain separate residence, no return to the scene, and no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And what I'm going to do is he hasn't been interviewed, correct? Will he be able to be interviewed?
He wasn't interviewed due to his medical precaution.
Okay, so I'll do a 500 bond or pretrial release if he ends up qualifying for whatever reason, if you're able to interview him in any way. Okay. All right, and Mr. Salgado?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. You're here in 2020 MM 253. Is it A? Okay, AA. And you're charged with a violation of an injunction of domestic violence injunction. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. Is there a witness present?
No, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Salgado, hold on one second. There is an injunction still in place. I know I read the police report. I don't want you to say anything because it's may come back to bite you. Okay. So I did look up the case. You currently actually have I think a status hearing for, I think it's drug and alcohol treatment or VIP, coming up. So you'll need to get in touch with the attorney on your case, but the injunction has not been dissolved yet. It's still there. Okay. So I don't know what you think, but it's still there. So you need to comply and abide by 19 DR 013580-0. So I'm ordering again, you can't have any contact with the victim in the case, directly or indirectly. I'll have you sign the no contact order. You understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription or any, and then you may not return to the victim's residence. So make sure you comply with the injunction. It's not been dropped.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like she filed something, but it has not been dropped. The bond is set at $1,500. I'm not going to take any action on your out on release case. Okay, make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys on that case. Okay.
Okay.
Need the injunction number? Yeah. All right, please tell me your name.
William Henry Stouffer.
All right, Mr. Stouffer, you're here in 2020 MM 38718. It's about battery, dating, violence. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness present?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Stouffer, I'm going to have you sign the no contact order form. I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. Did you understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you're also to maintain a separate residence. If you need to go back to the residence to get personal belongings, you can do that, but you must be with law enforcement. And no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm also ordering that you have no contact with the witness in the case. It looks like there was a witness present. So no contact with the named witness in the case. I think it's the father. And he does not qualify for a pretrial release.
He did not qualify, Your Honor.
Okay. So your bond is set at $1,000. All right. Thank you. All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Bennett Jr., ma'am.
All right, Mr. Bennett. You're here in 2020 CF 6618AO. It's possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. Do you find probable cause for that offense? And I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred at 555 West Colonial Drive. Okay, you're not to go back to that area. The bond will stay set at the $15,000. I'm not taking any action on your out on release case. Make sure you keep in touch. Well, does he have the PD? It says NA. Okay. If not, I'll appoint the PD on the other case if you don't already have them. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Lamont Bernie Bassett.
Okay. You're here in 2020 CF 6613AO. You're charged with driving while license revoked as a habitual traffic offender. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. No driving without a valid driver's license. And the bond will stay set at the $2,500. I'm not going to revoke your release, Mr. Bernie Bassett. I'll let you know, though, that if you come back, even during a pandemic, and you have 3 out on release cases, or you have 3 cases pending, and they're all driving or anything like that, it's probably not going to be a good day for you.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
All right, so no driving without a valid driver's license.
Yes, ma'am. Also,
I don't want you to talk about the facts, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Talk to your attorney about that.
I just wanted to ask, because I'm here kind of with no support, and I have no one help me here. So I was wondering if I can get an R&R today, because otherwise.
Well, you're out on bond for driving while license suspended. You then get picked up for a new driving while license suspended. And
Right.
this was only a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I'll do
Sorry.
listen, what I'll do is I'll reduce your bond to $1,000. Okay.
Okay.
So from 2,500 to 1,000. If you can't make that bond, the public defender can file any appropriate motions for you. But I don't think I'd place you in pretrial release. Can I court order him into pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sorry. Madam Clerk's looking at me. Okay, so I didn't realize that I was able to do that. So, Mr. Burnett Bassett, I'm going to release you to pretrial release.
Thank you.
Okay, you won't have to post a bond.
Okay, thank you so much.
Please don't get arrested.
I promise you.
Sorry. All right, please tell me your name.
Victor Carbone, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Carbone, you're here in 2020 CF 6616AO, driving while license revoked as a habitual traffic offender. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. You're also here in 2020 CF 6635, possession of fentanyl, possession of I don't even know how to pronounce that. Buprenorphine.
I don't even.
Possession. Don't talk, Mr. Carbone. I don't want you to say anything. Okay.
Yes,
possession of a controlled substance, and then possession of a prescription drug without a prescription. So there's probable cause for those offenses. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your cases. On the driving while license revoked, I am going to stay the bond at the 2,500.
Yes, ma'am.
No driving without a valid driver's license. In the other case, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bonds will stay at 1,000, 150, 150, and 100. Like, you have a couple out on release cases. I'm not taking any action on those.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay? If you get arrested again and you come back and you have all of these cases, if you're in front of me, chances are your bond will be revoked, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Good luck. All right, please tell me your name.
Jamie Copeland.
All right, Mr. Copeland, you're here in 2020 CF 6599AO. It's burglary to an unoccupied structure, grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, carrying concealed weapon by a convicted felon, resisting an officer without violence, and criminal mischief. And I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No contact with any victims or witnesses, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm going to stay the bonds at 2,500, 150, 150, 100, and 100. I'm not going to take any action on your out on release case. You were just here. So if you come back again and I see you, chances are it's not going to be a good day for you.
I was at work. That's why I worked. I was the blade, the knife that he talking about. That's what I used to cut my roast.
Sir, I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case. I found probable cause. If you have a defense, then you'll need to tell your attorneys about that. Okay?
So what? So my bond on the other job. That's right. That stayed.
You cannot have contact with the victims, and you may not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. If the judge wants to change that in writing, then that can be done, but that will not be done today.
So my bond, you left everything alone on the other case, and I have to pay.
I left everything alone, and I stayed the bonds.
Okay, so it's $2,500 the bond out.
I don't remember what the total bond is.
That what you said? 2,500. I couldn't understand.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of counts. All right, please tell me your name.
Stanley Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, you're here in 2020 CF 6594AO. You're charged with armed robbery with a firearm. And I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office. This is a punishable by life felony. Does the state wish to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant and a co-defendant went to the victim's home, and the co-defendant pointed a handgun at the victim, forced him inside his home, demanded money, then took his cell phone. There were witnesses who saw them with the co-defendant holding the gun and forcing the victim into the home. The state asked the court to find proof, evidence, presumption grade and hold him at no bond.
All right.
Your Honor, we defer the matter to the court.
All right. So, Mr. Davis, your attorney here has preserved your right to have a bond hearing downtown. It's called an Arthur hearing. So they'll be able to file a motion to get you a bond downtown. But based on my review of the affidavit, I do find that there's proof, evident, presumption grade. I am going to hold you at no bond at this time. No contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. You may not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, the victim's residence. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. They gave you a piece of paper there. That's the public defender's number. You're going to want to call them and get in touch with your attorney, and they'll be able to file that motion for you. Okay? Thank you. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Donna Marie Dodson.
All right, Ms. Dotson, you're here in 2019 CF 12025. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of community control, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You have a $5,000 bond in the case. You'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for your arraignment on that. And then it looks like you have a hold for Seminole County. But you'll probably have to resolve this case first before they transport you to Seminole. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Daniel Fernandez, bonded.
Okay, we'll take no action on Fernandez. All right, please tell me your name.
It's Christopher Gallup.
All right, Mr. Gallup. You're here in 2020 CF 6624AO. You're arrested for possession of alprazolam with intent to sell or deliver. And I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. You're also charged in 2020 CT 723. Is that a W? Yes. Okay. For driving with license suspended. And I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the PD in that case as well. I don't know why they set the bond at the $15,000. It's an F3, and it should be, according to my bond schedule, $1,000. So I'm going to reduce the bond to $1,000. Okay. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. On the Dwillis, don't drive without a valid driver's license, and the bond will stay at $500. He doesn't have a hold in Sumter or anything like that, correct?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. And he would not qualify for pretrial release, or he
didn't qualify due to the open case and some
open case? Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Gallup, you think you'll be able to make that bond?
I do, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Please tell me your name.
Reginald House.
All right, Mr. Howes, you're here in 2020 CF 6287. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for burglary of 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance, or 3 counts of burglary of a conveyance and grand theft third degree. And probable cause was previously found. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. The Will he qualify for pretrial release?
These are add-on charges.
Yes.
Oh, okay, they're add-ons. Does he have bonds in the other cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So what I'm gonna do is stay the bond at 1,500 on count 1. I'll reduce counts 2 and 3 to 150, and then count 4 to 100.
Can I get pretrial release?
No, sir. Sorry. All right, Mr. House, have a good day. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
DeAndre Jackson, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here in 2020 CF 6605AO. You're arrested for possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of cannabis more than 20 grams. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am gonna order no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we know if the state's filed charges on his other case? I believe so. All right, they have. Okay, so I am gonna stay the bond at 1,000. I'll ROR on count 2. Not taking any action on the out on release case. Mr. Jackson, if you come back and you have multiple cases, even if it's a pot charge, you're probably gonna get your bond revoked, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Whitley Jean.
Okay, Mr. Jean. You're here in 2020 CF 6643. You're arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer and reckless driving. You do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Will he qualify for pretrial release?
He didn't qualify due to community ties. Did you want to court order him to pretrial release?
I would like to, yes. So, Mr. Jean, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Okay?
All right.
So you won't have to post a bond.
Okay.
Be careful out there, okay? If you come back, chances are that might get revoked, okay?
I won't.
And there's no conditions of release.
Thank you.
Just comply with their orders, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Alejandro Luis Jimenez Sayas.
All right, Mr. Jimenez, you're here in 2020 CF 6603AO. It's sale and delivery of heroin and possession of heroin. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And so I'm gonna stay the bond at the 15,000 and the 150. I'm not taking any action on the other cases. Keep in touch with your attorneys on those cases. Does he have the PD in the 1988 case?
We have them both.
Okay, so you have the public defender in all of your cases. Make sure you keep in touch with them. All right, thank you. All right, please tell me your name.
Andrew Cage.
All right, Mr. Cage, you're here in 2020 CF 6600AO. You're arrested for possession of heroin, possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. In that case, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're on probation. Okay, so I'm going to stay the bond on count 1 at 1,000. Count 2, I'll reduce to 150. They did file an on-view violation of probation out of county, Brevard County, and I do find probable cause for that. I don't know why the bond is set at 1,000. Anyone in corrections, has there been a bond correction sheet or anything for the VOP?
There was. It's set at 0 now.
Okay, all right. I didn't have one. So, all right. So the bond is set at 0. I am going to appoint the PD for you in that case, even though it's out of county. So they're going to be able to reach out to the judge in Brevard. Okay, and see if they can get you a bond. Do the VOPs out of county, do they come, does Judge Carter reach out to Brevard or no? On the VOPs? Okay. So it sounds like one of the judges here will also reach out to Brevard County, okay? And you may be back on the docket tomorrow for the next 2 to 3 days, okay? All right? We're trying to do our best to not keep you held. All right? Thank you. All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Darrell Lincoln.
All right, Mr. Lincoln. It's 2020 CF 6646. And you're charged with possession of a synthetic substance, carrying concealed weapon or unlicensed firearm, possession of a weapon or ammunition by a convicted felon, 2 counts of that, possession of cannabis or marijuana over 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and then looks like possession of a Schedule 3 or 4 substance. So I have probable cause issues with this case. I find probable cause for count 2, and count 5 and count 6. I do not find probable cause for count 1. It does not appear that the substances were tested. It does not appear that there's any indication that he's a convicted felon. All the officer wrote in there is that he is a habitual offender. I believe that was the language that was used. So, and that's out of state, which they're writing. And then I find probable cause for count 4, the cannabis. Ms. Fusco, do you have anything that you want to put on the record?
So you're finding.
I find PC for count 2, count 4, count 5, and count 6. There's nothing in there about him being a convicted felon. And there's nothing that says that they actually tested I guess they're calling the synthetic substance the vapes. The dank vapes. But it just says THC. It doesn't indicate that anything was tested. Cannabis, they can, based on experience, but so I think there's some PC issues here for those counts.
I think rather than getting a supplement, Your Honor, if we could let it go forward on the counts where you did find probable cause, ROR, as to the ones you did.
All right. So, Mr. Lincoln, I'm finding no PC for count 1. Looks like for count 3, there's 2 counts. So, is that count 3 and 4 then? Okay. Yeah. They have 2 counts listed for 3. And so no PC for those. And so your conditions of release for the counts that I did find probable cause for are no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Okay. And I don't know why everything came in at no bond either. So, what I'm going to do is I don't know how you want me to number the counts. Yeah. So there should be 7 counts.
Right.
Okay. So for count 1, ROR. Count 2, it's 1,000. Count 3 and 4, ROR, because I did not find probable cause, because count 3 has 2 counts. So count what was originally count 4 is now count 5. RORing on that as well. Count 5, I'm going to ROR on that as well. And count 6 will be $1,000. All right, Mr. Lincoln?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
What was the bond? I'm sorry, as to count 5.
That was the extra one?
Yes.
1,000. All right, please tell me your name.
Clyde Levette.
All right, Mr. Levette, you're here in 2020 CF 6602. You're arrested for sale and delivery of cocaine, possession of a firearm, and the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. Count 1 is 15,000. Count 2, 150. Count 3, 150. Count 4, 150. And count 5, 150. All right, thank you. All right, please tell me your name. Oh, sorry, nobody's there. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Barry McElfresh.
All right, Mr. McElfresh, you're here in 2019 CF 14944. You were arrested for pursuant to a warrant for a violation of pretrial release. The judge did set your bond at none in the case, and so you have the PD already?
I didn't hear you.
Have the public defender, okay? So they're going to have to file a motion with the judge in your case.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the
Yes, I don't want you to talk about anything about the facts, okay?
well, okay, but this is the
Are you going to talk about what's violating you?
the plaintiff will not agree with the Attorney General to press charges against me. He's
Okay,
called
well,
him
we're not
3
dealing with
times
the
every.
attorney, sir. This is the state attorney's office, not the attorney general, okay? This is a violation of pretrial release, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, please tell me your name.
Timothy Miller.
All right, Mr. Miller, you're here in 2020 CF 661780. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Did he not qualify for pretrial release?
He did not, Your Honor.
Can I order him into pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm going to order you into pretrial release, Mr. Miller. Okay? No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Michael Muhammad, bonded.
Okay, we'll take no action. All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Moon.
All right, Mr. Moon, you're here in 2020 CF 659380. You're charged with armed robbery with a firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm, and aggravated battery with a firearm. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender. You're also here in 2020 CF 662280. It's a possession of cannabis, more than 20 grams, and I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the PD in that case. Count 1 in the first case is a punishable by life felony. And state, do you wish to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant held the victim at gunpoint and with a co-defendant forced their way into the victim's home demanding money, then took his cell phone. There were 2 witnesses who saw the defendant holding the gun and forcing the victim into the home. The state asked the court to find proof evident or presumption great and hold him at no bond.
Ms. Mankia?
Your Honor, we defer the matter to the court, but just ask that you take no action on the out on bond cases.
Okay. Mr. Moon, so your attorneys have, without making an argument, have reserved your right to an Arthur hearing downtown, so they'll be able to file a bond motion for you. I've reviewed the affidavit. I do find proof evident, presumption great. As to count 1, I am going to hold you at no bond on count 1. Count 2, your bond will be set at $5,000. Count 3 will also be $5,000. And as it relates to any conditions of release, if you are to be released at any point, no contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, the victim's residence. As it relates to 2020 CF 6622AO, I am going to stay the bond at $1,000, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to revoke the releases in 2019 CF 16443AO. You have an attorney in that case. They can file any appropriate motions for you. And you have an attorney as well in 2020 CF 3423. I'm revoking that release and setting the bonds at none. And so your attorneys will be able to file any appropriate motions for you. Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Morales, bonded.
I have Norton. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
Xavier Morales.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought Mr. Moon had this other case. So scratch everything that I said as it relates to the other case for Mr. Moon. It was attached to my paperwork, so I'm sorry. So you can let Mr. Moon know that he does not have a possession of cannabis case. So can you tell me your name?
James Norton.
Okay, so and you said Mr. Morales?
Bonded.
Bonded, okay. So we'll take no action on that. I apologize. And nobody said anything to me until, okay. All right, Mr. Norton.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're here in a couple cases. I've got 2019 CF 10196. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for aggravating, fleeing, and eluding a law enforcement officer with injury or damage, leaving the scene of a crash with property damage, and reckless driving. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case. So no contact with any victim or any witness, no return, or sorry, that's for the other case. So yeah, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and that's in that 2019 CF 10196. The bond on count 1 will be $7,500. Count 2 and 3 will stay at $1,500 each count. 2020 CF 5518AO, you are arrested for child abuse pursuant to a warrant and probable cause was previously found. Is there a victim present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I am gonna, do we have a no contact order for that case? It's a family member.
No, we do not.
Okay. So I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. we don't have a no contact order form, but no contact directly or indirectly means no communication, no face-to-face, no communication through any third party, no communication through any electronic means. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That will need to be changed in writing by a judge. Okay. So that's the no contact order. All right, make sure you understand everything in that no contact order, okay?
Yes.
So there'll be no contact directly or indirectly with the victim, no return to the scene, and a one-time return with law enforcement if you need to go back there to get any personal belongings. The bond in that case will stay at $2,500. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, please tell me your name.
Patrick Price.
All right, Mr. Price. You're here in 2020 CF 6609AO. It's burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, criminal mischief. I do find probable cause and I'll appoint the public defender. 2020 CF 6610AO, burglary of a conveyance and petty theft, and I find probable cause and I'll appoint the public defender. No contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. No return back to where the offenses are alleged to have occurred. So I am going to stay the bond at 7,200 and 200, and 7,200.
I came to court yesterday for this. I was in here yesterday for this.
All right, thank you. All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Cortez Pryor.
All right, Mr. Pryor, you're here in 2020 CF 6611AO. You're arrested for burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, and criminal mischief. I find probable cause. In 2020 CF 6612AO, burglary of a conveyance and petty theft, and I find probable cause for that as well. And I'll appoint the public defender in both cases to represent you. Ordering no contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant, no return back to where the offenses are alleged to have occurred. Those bonds will stay at 7,200, 200, and in the other case, 7,200. Thank you. All right, please tell me your name.
George Santiago.
All right, Mr. Santiago, you're here in 2020 CF 6590AO. It's a driving while license revoked as a third subsequent offender. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. No driving without a valid driver's license. The bond will stay at the 2,500. They filed some on-view violations of probation out of Washington, Walton County, and Holmes County. And so those bonds will be set at none at this time. I'll appoint the PD to represent you in those cases. You'll probably be back on the docket in a couple of days for the VOPs to see if one of the judges here is going to reach out to the people out in those counties, okay?
All right.
Good luck. All right, please tell me your name.
My name is Jared Shelley.
Do we know what happened to Regis?
He's on his way, Your Honor.
Okay. And you said Shelley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Shelley, you're here in 2020 CF 6515AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver within 1,000 feet of a school, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, possession of cannabis more than 20 grams, possession of amphetamine, possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts of possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and 3 counts of obtaining a firearm for prohibited person. And probable cause was previously found. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. So no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The bonds will stay as said in the warrant, 5,000, 5,000, 500, 1,500, 500, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. And you're also here in 2020 CF 6614AO. It's possession of alprazolam. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you
Prescription for that.
in your case. Well, then you have a defense, so you'll have to provide that. You haven't been formally charged yet, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So the state files charges, you can provide that to your attorney. And so I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the PD. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond is set at $1,000. I'm not revoking any release in the other case. You have an attorney, Mr. Sudbury,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
you
ma'am,
need
I
to
do.
you need to keep in touch with him and find out if you have any upcoming court dates.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck. All right. Please tell me your name.
Is Regis?
All right, Mr. Regis. You're here in 2020 CF 6177AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for attempted first-degree murder. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. It's my understanding, I understand a firearm was used in the case, but the officer charged attempted first-degree murder.
It's in our system as attempted first-degree murder with a firearm.
Well, have you looked at the warrant?
Talking to me? Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So the warrant does not charge with a firearm. The subsection that's charged is actually 782.041A, which is attempted first-degree murder. So when I pull up the statute, and then attempt. So, I mean, any attempt would be punishable by 30.
We have it in our system as,
I understand what you have in your system is Fusco, but I have to go by the warrant. So unless you can provide me a supplemental warrant that shows that it's first-degree murder with a firearm, I understand that there's a firearm alleged, but I can't change the warrant. I can't. You can file them. You know, there's motions that your office can file, and law enforcement that you can contact. But I have to follow the law, and the law requires me to go by what's in the warrant, and it's 782.041A, and it's an attempt, which then brings it from a capital Does it bring it down to a 30 or does it, it's not with a firearm, so it's not reclassified.
He also has 6 felonies, Your Honor.
That doesn't help me with the charge. So 777.04 is the attempt. So first-degree murder is a capital offense. If the offense attempted, solicited, or conspired to is a capital felony, the offense of criminal attempt, criminal solicitation, or criminal conspiracy is a felony of the first degree, punishable as provided in 775-082, 775-083, or 775-084, which is the 30 years. Unless you have some other argument or any other paperwork that you can provide to me that shows that law enforcement charged him with attempted first-degree murder with a firearm. I have to go by what's in the warrant, which is a felony of the first degree, punishable by 30.
Your Honor, can we request that you set a reasonable bond based on the statute in the warrant?
Well, I mean, he's entitled to a bond. I don't.
Is it true that he's also no bond on an out-of-state warrant for a fugitive from justice?
I don't have any information in front of me. I don't know. Corrections can tell me that, or?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So if there's nothing that you can provide the court, I'm going to proceed. Okay. All right, Mr. Regis, you've been charged by warrant with attempted first-degree murder, and pursuant to the attempt, it brings it from a capital offense to a 30-year offense punishable, an offense punishable by up to 30. That doesn't mean that the state won't charge you with attempted first-degree murder with a firearm, which would then change that. But at this time, I have to proceed on the charge that is in the warrant. So I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or any witnesses in the case. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons or firearms or ammunition. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Did appoint the public defender, so if you're not able to make the bond that I'm going to pronounce, they'll be able to file a motion for you. I am setting the bond at $500,000. All right, thank you. All right, please tell me your name.
Thomas Lewis Somerville Jr.
All right, do we have Sauka?
Ma'am?
I'm sorry, I just have a different person.
He's hospital.
Name. Sorry?
Hospital.
Okay, so we'll recall with, well, I'll just appoint the public defender, 2020 CF 6621AO. It's possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the PD want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I find probable cause. I did appoint the PD, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond will stay at 1,000, count 2 will be 100. All right. All right, you said Somerville?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Somerville. You're here in 2020 CF 6641AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for sale and delivery of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a community center, and then possession of cocaine. And PC was previously found by the warrant signing judge, and I'll appoint the PD to represent you. I've never seen some of this paperwork, but I'm going to stay the bonds at $1,500, $1,000, and $500. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. That's the only case, correct? Yes. I have a driving record, but I'm not sure. Is there another case?
The other charges are endorsements. And he doesn't need to be IA. The other charges are endorsements, and
I don't have any of that paperwork. I only have paper.
he does not need to be IA on those charges.
Oh, so the one that I just did?
On the endorsements, the possession of cocaine, the grand theft, and the
I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any of that in front of me. I'm not taking any action on the out on release case, though. Make sure you keep in touch with your attorney on that case. I don't know anything about the other case. I don't have any paperwork for that, so.
Excuse me, Honor. You asked to do that, mean I can bond out of work on my other case too.
What's your question, sir?
Miss, with my Grand Theft Auto and my other case, I don't know if that mean I could post bond for them cases. Cause I've been trying to.
I gave you bonds, and that looks like you have bonds in the other cases, correct? Is that correct? Corrections? Anyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have bonds and everything, and I did not revoke your release. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
What's going on? Okay, I'm like, I don't know what these papers are. No, that's okay. All right, tell me your name, please.
Ray Sean Spidell, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Spidell, you're here in 2020 CF 6580AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for burglary of a structure, petty theft, and criminal mischief. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. The bonds will stay, or count one at 1,500. Count two, I'll reduce to 100. Count three will stay at 100. In 2020 CF 6581AO, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for burglary of a structure, petty theft, and criminal mischief. And I'll appoint the PD to represent you. No return to the scene, no contact with any victims or witnesses. The bond on count one is 1,500, count two, 100, count three, 100. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you tell me your name, please?
I'm Tavio Watson.
All right, Mr. Watson, you're here in 2020 CF 6625AO. You're arrested for trafficking of methamphetamines over 28 grams with a weapon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. I am going to set the bond at 100,000. I'll reduce that. And count two will be 150. Count three will be 150. And count four will be 100. If you can't make that bond, the public defender's office will have to file a motion for you. No drugs or alcohol, and no weapons without a valid, or excuse me, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition.
I would like to add that
I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case. If you do anything, you're being recorded. Anything
Okay.
that you say can and probably will be used against you.
all right, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Tell me your name, please.
Good morning. My name is Orion Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're here in a couple cases, 2020 CF 6019AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for petty theft, 2 prior convictions, and unauthorized possession of an identification card. And I'll appoint the PD in all of your cases, 2020 CT 3382, and then also, and that is an expired driver's license over 6 months. And the third case is 2020 CF 6620AO, fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer. The first case, the theft, no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and the bonds will stay set at 1,000 on each count. In the CT case, the bond will stay set at 500, not to drive without a valid driver's license.
Yeah.
And in the third case, it's the fleeing and attempting to elude.
Judge, can you read my affidavit about the fleeing and eluding?
I've read everything.
Okay, and
I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case. It's not a good day to do that, okay?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to let you know that I have a job.
I don't, when you start talking about the facts, you want to talk about something else?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
what do you want to tell me?
I was just letting the courts know that I work and I'm in medical school and everything. This was just a mistake that happened with the fleeing.
Well, I don't want you to, when you start saying that it was a mistake, then you start talking about the facts,
you're right,
okay? So if you want so you're in medical school?
I'm in Ultimate Medical Academy and I just started working at Waffle House. And, well, I ain't gonna talk about the case.
Okay.
All my family live in Orlando. I work every day. I got 2 children. I got my own apartment.
Okay. Would he qualify for pretrial release?
He was not interviewed, Your Honor. And this also came in as a warrant, so he was not interviewed.
Right. Well, you have some out-of-state stuff, but it's not. You don't have. How long have you lived in Florida? Because I don't really have much information about you. So how long have you been?
I've been living in Florida. I went to school. I went to Winter Park High School and Olympia High School, and I've been living down here since 2017.
Okay, and you said you work at Waffle House?
I work at Waffle House on Orange Blossom Trail, and I go to Ultimate Medical Academy. That's located in Clearwater, but I do online classes. And my mom lives down here. She works at Florida Hospital. My girlfriend works at Winnie Palmer. My sister and my uncles, everybody lives in Orlando in the same vicinity.
Where do you live again?
I live 9 Kent Avenue, Orlando, Florida.
Is that with family or you live by yourself?
No, that's with my mother.
Okay. All right, Mr. Williams. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release you ROR.
Okay.
You've got 3 cases, okay? But I think that you're gonna come to court.
I will.
If you don't, you're gonna get a warrant and it'll be at no bond.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. All right. I think you're going to come to court. So I'm going to release you ROR on all of your cases. You can't drive without a valid driver's license. Again, you can't go back to any contact with the victims and no return back to where the thefts are alleged to have occurred. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck. All right. Please tell me your name.
Antoine Wynn.
All right, Mr. Wynn, you're here in 2020 CF 5918AO. You've been arrested for carrying concealed firearm and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I do find probable. Oh, well, this is an endorsement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does he need to be IA'd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I find probable cause for those offenses. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. It looks like the bondsman came off the bonds that you previously had posted. So I'm just going to reinstate. He doesn't qualify for pretrial release, right? Because of probation? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a private attorney in this case?
Yes, ma'am. Bryce Fetter.
Okay, Mr. Fetter. Okay, so I'm not gonna appoint the PD. You already have an attorney in the case. I am gonna set the bond on count 1 at $1,000 and count 2. I'm gonna ROR on that. All right. So you need to get in touch with Mr. Fetter if you can't make your bonds. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Please tell me your name.
Beatrice Serrano.
All right, Ms. Serrano, you're here on a failure to appear habeas in 2019 MM 8473AO. And that was for a status hearing on 12/18/2019. Does she have the PD already? Okay. Do you have a bond of $250? Do you want to try to resolve your case?
I guess. What do I gotta do?
Well, you're charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. Is there an offer to resolve the case, Ms. Fusco?
Adjudication of guilt, 5 days, credit for time served.
Do you know how many days you have? Okay. Okay, all right. So, Ms. Serrano, if you want to resolve your case today, I'll resolve it with credit for time served. You want to do that? Yes. Do we know what the status hearing was for? I just want to make sure it wasn't competency.
No, she's okay to plea, Your Honor.
Huh?
She's okay to plea.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right, Ms. Serrano, did you read the plea form before you came in the courtroom, or yeah? Okay, did you understand everything contained within that plea form? Is that a yes? I need you to say yes or no.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, all right. All right, I do find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served. Order you pay your court costs by May 28th, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, ma'am. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did Cyrus bond out? It's booking number 200-12487.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right.
The next person after him, Zachary Brennan, mental health.
Your Honor, we'll waive his appearance.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Brenner is mental health. I'm going to appoint the public defender. They've indicated that they're waiving his appearance at 2020 MM 3872AO, trespass on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause, and he's not to return back to the Lynx bus station at 455 North Garland Avenue. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and no contact with any victims or witnesses. I'm going to ROR on the case. I'm not taking any action on the Osceola County case. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Brian Simpson.
All right, do we know what happened to Brian? Oh, Deshaun?
Yeah, well.
Okay, thank you. All right, 2020 MM 3865AO, it's a trespass. I do find probable cause. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication of guilt, 2 days with 2 days credit time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass at 1 Jeff Buechel Boulevard.
All right, Mr. Simpson, Deshaun, do you want to do that? It's a credit for time served offer.
Yes.
Okay. Did you read the plea form before you came into court?
Yes.
Do you understand everything contained in the plea form?
Yes.
You understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes.
Okay, I find a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served. Can't go back to that Lynx bus stop, okay? Abide by the trespass warning. And I will order you pay your court costs by May 28th, 2021, okay? If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, and I did not appoint the PD. All right, tell me your name, please.
Marcus English.
All right, Mr. English, you're here in 2020 MM 3852AO. It's a petty theft. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defense. Well, is there an offer, Ms. Fusco?
I'll defer to the court on this one, Your Honor.
Your Honor, there are no competency issues here, but if you could just advise the defendant that the third petty theft will be enhanceable. Thank you.
All right, Mr. English, did you want to try to resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and you understand that petty theft is an enhanceable offense. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you, I don't know how many priors you have.
It looks like, looking at his record now, Your Honor, that
Multiple.
he does have multiple petty thefts.
Yeah.
So it's enhanceable.
So, are you still leaving it in my discretion, or?
No offer, Your Honor.
Okay. So is that, well, we have an administrative order that says that I can't plea anything out on my own if you're telling me that you're going to or may enhance it, or.
We may enhance it. There are multiple priors.
So, Mr. English, I can't resolve your case today. So I'm going to order that you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred at that 7-Eleven, okay? No contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. I am going to ROR you. I'm not taking any action on the out on release case. If you come back again and I at least see you, I can tell you right now that you're probably not going to have a bond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Without Fabian.
All right, Mr. Fabian, you're here in 2020 MM 3868AO. It's trespass on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence. I find probable cause. Is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 3 days with credit time served, court cost, and no return to the scene of the trespass.
Okay, so Mr. Fabian, do you want to resolve your case today? I have an open container violation too.
Yeah.
It's an MO, so I can actually resolve that without any information. And information was filed in that case. State have a global offer. Do we know how much time he has on the out on release case? Okay. So, Mr. Fabian, the offer on the new law is 3 days with credit for 2 days, no return back to the scene, and abide by the trespass warning. And I give you a year to pay your court costs. You have an open container violation too. The state did file an information. Let's see how much credit for time served you have on that one, okay?
Yeah.
We're just 2. I'll resolve that one with credit for time served, which is 2 days. Do you want to resolve both of your cases with those offers?
Yes.
Okay. Did you read the plea form before you came in the courtroom?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
You on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. All right. On the trespass and the resisting, I do find a factual basis. I'll adjudicate you guilty on each count, sentence you to 3 days with credit for 2 days, time served. Those will run concurrent on each count. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. Abide by the trespass warning. And in the open container violation in 2020 MO 437AO, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days, time served. That'll run concurrent with the other case. And I'll order that you pay your court costs by May 28th, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentences of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. All right? Good luck. Thank you. And Mr. Ortiz bonded?
Yeah, Your Honor.
It was just booking number 200-12490. It's a cannabis, I think probably bonded.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, tell me your name, please.
Tyrone Rivers.
All right, Mr. Rivers, you're here in 2020 MM 3846AO. You're arrested for resisting an officer without violence. I find probable cause and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. We've also got a Sarasota VO violation of probation out of county that they filed. I'm going to appoint the PD in that case as well. Yes, I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case.
No. My probation had got transferred down here to Orlando, and I was on community control for a whole year down here.
Okay.
And then now I finished community control for a whole year with no violations. And I just got on regular probation now. I've been on for 4 months, no violations. This is my first violation through the whole thing.
Right. I can't do anything about it. It's a Sarasota case. So one of the judges here will contact the judge in Sarasota County. Okay. So the VOP, there's probable cause, and you'll probably be back in a couple days on the docket for that. And the bond is set at none. And I'm not going to resolve your resisting today because if you are on probation, that's going to automatically violate you. Okay. So I'm going to stay the bond at the $500. Okay. All right. Thank you.
How long do Sarasota has to respond?
Well, right now they're not transporting people. So that's why I told you a judge here will contact the judge in Sarasota County, and you'll probably be back here in a couple days. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, tell me your name, please.
Taj Lee Scott.
All right, Mr. Scott, you're here in 2020 MM 3863AO. It's possession of cannabis, less than 20 grams. And I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm going to ROR you on that case. You've got other things going on. So you've got an out-of-county warrant. It looks like out of Lake County. And so the judge in Lake County set your bonds at $5,000 and $2,000. So I'll appoint the public defender here to represent you in that case. They can, I think Judge Carter will reach out to Lake County judge to see if you're not able to make your bonds, okay? Yes, I don't want you to talk about the facts of anything.
Excuse me, ma'am. When I got told my court date on April 12th or 13th.
I don't know anything about Lake County. I'm not a Lake County judge. So
yes, ma'am.
let Judge Carter reach out to them. If you can't make your bond, you'll come back in a couple days, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah, I think she did.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Jamarcus Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones, you're here in, looks like an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County, and your bonds are set at none in the Seminole County case. I'm going to appoint the public defender here. They're not transporting people. So one of the judges here is going to reach out to Seminole County. You'll come back on the docket in a couple days, okay? I'm not going to take any action on your out on release case. Make sure you keep in touch with Leslie Sweet, though, okay?
Keep in touch with who, ma'am?
Your attorney,
Yes.
Leslie Sweet.
So, so what do you think Seminole County is gonna do if we're gonna
I
get?
have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what you're charged with. I don't know anything about what's going on in Seminole County, but you'll be back in a couple days, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, tell me your name, please.
Shamari Pickford.
All right, Mr. Pickford, you're here in, looks like a Columbia County warrant. The judge in Columbia County did set your bond at none. So I'm going to appoint the public defender's office here to represent you. And then also the judge here, another judge here will reach out to Columbia County to see if they'll give you a bond or release you ROR. Okay, I can't do that on my own, all right?
Okay,
So you'll probably be back in a couple days.
Okay, because I was technically off probation. Like my probation ended on the 9th.
I don't know anything about what's going on in Columbia County. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, please tell me your name.
Wendell James Tomlinson.
All right, Mr. Tomlinson, you're here on a Seminole County warrant. Is it just one? Because I have a note saying that it was accepted with one out of county. It should have had three. I don't. So he has 3 counts, and so no bond on each count. Anyone?
One.
Okay.
It's one case with 3 counts.
Okay, so the bonds are set at none. I'm gonna appoint the PD if I didn't previously say that. I don't know if you heard me tell the other gentleman, but Judge here will reach out to Seminole County, and you'll be back on the docket in a couple days. We'll see if we can get you a bond, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, please tell me your name.
Johnny Walker.
All right, Mr. Walker, you're here on some out-of-county. It is out of Lake County. It's an out-of-county warrant. The judge in Lake County set your bonds at $2,000 on count 1, 2, and 3, and then $1,000 on count 4, 5, and 6. And if you can make your bonds, you can bond out. If not, I am going to appoint the public defender. Yeah? Okay. I am going to appoint the public defender. Judge here will reach out to Lake County. Is that what I said?
Yes, ma'am.
Lake County to see if they can get you a bond or reduce your bond if you're not able to bond out. So maybe a couple days. I'm not going to revoke your release on the other cases because I have no idea what happened in Lake County. Okay? So just make sure you keep in touch with any attorneys here and make sure you don't miss any court dates and they know where you are if you're incarcerated. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Willie Walker, mental health.
Okay. And so that was reset from being in the hospital by Judge Whitehead. They're Volusia County warrants. Is it just one case, I think? So much paperwork.
Can I waive his appearance if it's an out of county?
Out of county, yeah. I just one case? Okay, I just have one case. It's just a lot of paperwork from the reset. So PD was, I think the PD was, were they previously appointed? Yes, they were previously appointed in his case. They're waiving his appearance. Its bonds are set at none. So my guess is that Judge Carter will reach out to Volusia County to see if they can get him a bond. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Ramon Rivera.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you're here in a couple cases. I've got 2017 or 2007 CF 6418. It's a violation of probation based on the new law violation of driving while license suspended. And so there is probable cause for that. And so the bonds will stay set at none on the VOPs in 2007 CF 6419 as well. 2007 6420, 2007 CF 6502. 2007 CF 6951. And so I'll appoint the public defender on all of those cases for you. They'll have to file bond motion, but you'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for those cases for any arraignment. And then you have a driving while license suspended. I don't have a case number. So there's probable cause for that. No driving without a valid driver's license, and that bond will stay at 500. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, while we're waiting for the interpreter, I'm gonna, is everybody ready on 33 days? And we can just kind of move through that until, okay. All right, I have 20 mm 373 AW Elias Cruz.
Could you just read the case number again, Your Honor?
2020 mm 373 AW. I'm showing a notice of non-filing on
yes, Your Honor.
527.
Yes, Your Honor.
That will be granted. 2020 CF 5075 AO Jeffrey Allen Dempsey. That's a notice of non-filing on 526.
Yes, 526, there was a notice of non-filing.
2020 CF 4985 AO Kevin Tavares Henderson.
Yes, Your Honor, on May 27th, an information was filed, and filing ID 107992241.
You said that was 527?
Yes.
Okay.
It's consolidated with case number 20 CF 4691.
469
4691.
AO.
Just O.
They're on hold.
Yes. Okay. They're both CF.
Good afternoon. This is Judge Wish. Is this the interpreter? Hello? Anyone? Anyone? All right, we'll try that again. Okay, 2020 CF 5065 AO Charles Frederick Nelson.
Yes, Your Honor, on May 27th, there's a notice of non-filing.
All right, that is granted. 2020 CF 5078 AO Carlos Pagan.
Yes, Your Honor. That was consolidated with case number 20 CF 5077, and an information was filed, filing ID 108012393.
And on what date? Yesterday?
May 27th, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, so that will be denied. 2020 CF 5018 AO Akello Powell. I just have nothing filed yet, so I don't know if something's been filed.
On May 27th, there was a notice of non-filing.
Okay, thank you. That will be granted. 2020 MM 3078 AO Manuel Santiago.
Yes, Your Honor, on May 27th, there was a notice of non-filing.
All right, that will be granted. Is she back on? Hello, this is Judge Wish. Is this the Portuguese interpreter? Portuguese interpreter? Hello? All right, we'll keep trying. 2020 CF 5081 AO Melanie Rose Soto.
Yes, Your Honor. On this one, on May 26th, there was a request for administrative transfer, and an information was filed, and I have clock copies.
So you provided a copy to the public defender? Okay.
I did, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yana? Oh, okay, I didn't know if that you told me she was. I'm just 2020, trying to do 18 things a month. 2020 CF 508880 Nathaniel James Wellesley.
Yes, Your Honor, on May 27th, there was a notice of non-filing.
That will be granted. I think that was it for the 33 days. I didn't miss any, right?
Do we do Charles Nelson and Jeffrey Dempsey?
I'll have to look back and see if I did them, but is this the interpreter? This is Judge Wish.
Good morning, Judge.
Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm gonna try to turn the volume up, but this is my maximum. I can speak a little louder.
Okay,
Is it better?
That's much better. Thank you. Okay, have you been sworn in today?
No, not yet.
Okay, do you
Your
swear
Honor.
to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but, or do you agree to translate from English to Portuguese and Portuguese to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you so much. I have an individual before me. Can you all hear at the BRC?
Yes, Your Honor.
Todos podem escutar?
Sim.
Can you tell me your name, sir?
Seu nome, por favor, senhor.
Jefferson Isidoro dos Santos.
Jefferson Isidoro dos Santos.
All right, Mr. Isidoro DeSantis, you're here in 2020 CF 6615.
Senhor, o senhor está aqui por caso 2020 CS 6615.
And you're charged with battery by strangulation, domestic violence.
O senhor está sendo acusado de violência doméstica e estrangulamento.
I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender.
Senhor, eu vou indicar advogado público.
Is there a witness present at the jail?
Tenho alguma testemunha presente?
And Madam Interpreter, the response was no. So I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case.
Eu peço para não ter contato direto ou indireto com a vítima envolvida nesse caso.
And Dexter, is that in Portuguese?
It is, Judge.
Okay, so we provided the defendant with a no contact order in Portuguese. Did you understand that everything in that no contact order, sir?
O senhor compreendeu que o senhor não pode ter nenhum contato com a vítima, senhor?
Sim, compreendi.
Yes, I do understand.
Okay, you're to maintain a separate residence from the victim.
O senhor deve ter uma residência separada da vítima.
If you need to return to the residence to get personal belongings, you can go one time with law enforcement.
Se o senhor precisar ir ao local para pegar objetos pessoais, o senhor tem que ir com policial, somente uma vez.
You may not possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition.
O senhor não pode ter porte de nenhuma arma ou munição.
I don't know if the Department in Children and Families was contacted, but if they were, then you must comply with any investigation.
Eu não sei se o Departamento de Crianças e Família entrou em contato com o senhor, mas se entrou, o senhor tem que seguir o que for recomendado.
And corrections, can you tell me, would he qualify for pretrial release?
He didn't qualify due to unable to verify his community ties.
Okay, can I order him into pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna order you into pretrial release, sir.
Senhor, eu vou fazer pedido para que o senhor seja liberado antes do seu tribunal.
You need to make sure that you comply with all of my orders and all of their conditions.
Eu preciso que o senhor siga todas as minhas ordens e as condições.
You will not have to post a bond, okay?
O senhor não vai pagar uma fiança.
All right? Okay. Anything? Do you have a question?
O senhor tem alguma pergunta?
Don't talk about the facts.
Tenho uma pergunta.
Não fale sobre a situação em específico, senhor.
Tenho uma pergunta. Posso fazer?
I do have a question.
Eu tenho 2 filhos com ela. Tá na indicação que eu não posso vê-los. Mas eu posso pedir para que alguém leve comida, água na residência onde eles vivem?
I do have 2 kids with this lady, and I'm not supposed to see them. So can I ask somebody to take water and food?
You can't communicate with the victim as it relates to your children or communicate with the victim in any way.
O senhor pode... you cannot, Your Honor? I'm
Cannot,
so sorry.
yes, cannot.
O senhor não pode se comunicar com a vítima, senhor, nem em relação aos seus filhos.
Não.
But you, as long as it's not, hold on, as long as it's not communicating, people can bring food or other essential items to your family.
Mas se o senhor não se comunicar, outras pessoas podem levar comida ou itens essenciais para sua família.
Okay?
Ok, obrigado.
And the no contact order will have to be changed in writing by a judge before you can contact the victim.
Para o senhor entrar em contato com a vítima, o senhor tem que ter uma ordem judicial assinada por um juiz.
Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. I appreciate it.
Thank you for using our services, Your Honor. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you. All right. Do we have anything else? Ms. Fusco, did you have a question about the RORs?
No, I've just got
Okay.
a couple bonds that I didn't catch.
Okay. I'm sure we can get that. Okay. Anything else? You guys good?
Just a quick question, Judge. Do we know how we're gonna be doing things next week?
No, we don't.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a day by day thing because of, you have to have certain factors that allow us to actually enter into a certain phase. So because Orange County's spiking right now, I'm not sure there's other things going on too. So